This is just a quick video to show you my new purchase. I just got this camera very recently from a flea market for a pretty good deal, and it is in very nice condition, almost no signs of use in my opinion. And what's even better is that I just found out that even the light meter is working. There was an old battery inside, which was already dead, it seems. So I put in a LR44 battery with a adapter on it, and it works fine. Pretty nice to see the light meter is also working. And I'm really glad that I bought it, because I had one of those cameras on my wish list for very long. Actually, I was almost buying one from Japan for a pretty high price a few months ago, but then I decided to wait, and now has come the time, so to speak. So this is my new Olympus 35 SP. It has a 49mm filter thread, for which I could use this vented lens hood. The only thing that kind of bugs me is that I think it's always measuring the light for the light meter, so the light meter is always working, always draining the battery, which is kind of sad. I think it is in here where also the rangefinder patch is, because if you cover this one, the light meter shows that it's too dark. So I actually thought it was here, but this is just for the illumination of the viewfinder, I guess, or for the rangefinder probably. This one also has the famous spot metering function, which was very innovative back then. So this camera came out in 1969. So it's a pretty modern camera in comparison to the other cameras that I show you on this channel usually. Like the Barneck style cameras and stuff. Until now I also had this camera, the Minolta 7S2, which also has a very nice sharp 40mm 1.7 lens. The Olympus has a 42 1.7 G Suico lens, so it's a 7-element lens. This one I also got for I think 50 euros, and I had to clean out the front element because there was some light fungus in there, but it was doable even for me. I'm not very skilled in repairing cameras, so it worked perfectly. Now I already tested it with film. And it's now it's also loaded with Kodak Gold at the moment. So I had this rangefinder already. It is very compact, but feels quite solid, and the viewfinder is nice, but now in comparison to the Olympus 35 SP, I have to say that this viewfinder is kind of tiny and hard to use in comparison with this one. The rangefinder patch is really bigger and brighter on this one, and the viewfinder is bigger overall. Just like the Minolta, this one also has an shutter priority mode. So if you set the aperture to A, it will automatically select the right aperture. And what I really like is this very tiny dial on the side where you set the ISO, which works really nice with clicks, but I don't think it's accidentally turned because it's so flush to the body. So really nice design in my opinion. Yesterday I also put in new light seals, which was kind of a lot of work because that's the only downside, in my opinion, of the with those cameras, besides from being a fixed lens, so you can't change the lens on it. That they use a lot of foam inside, which deteriorates over time, while older cameras, like, I don't have it here now, but like the Nikon S, for example, doesn't even need foam for light seals. It's just the body design is, or the door design is made so that it doesn't need light seals inside, which is kind of cool, of course. But now this one also has new light seals in it, and I think it is ready for a roll of film, so I'm looking forward to using this one. On the same flea market, I also bought this one for 10 euros, which actually works and is in quite nice condition. This one is the Hamatic G, which is a lower grade model. It also only has a 2.8 lens, a 38 2.8 lens, and it doesn't have a focus mechanism, so it's not a rangefinder. It's a viewfinder camera, and you only can do scale focusing. So you only have 4 options for focusing, and you have to guess the distance. Or use those symbols. So if you're photographing a group of people, use this symbol. If you're photographing the mountains, use this one. But I think this camera has a little issue because sometimes the shutter closes very slowly. Yeah, maybe I can show you. See? I think it needs some lubrication inside. I'm not sure yet, but still for 10 euros it's a quite nice camera, just for decoration maybe. And it's the same exact size as the Hamatic 7S2. This one, of course, being way more advanced, having a rangefinder and light meter and everything. So only the lens is bigger, of course, because it's a 1.7, not the 2.8 mil. But the body is exactly the same size, which is kind of cool. So, just a quick video on my new purchase. As I said, I'm looking forward to using this one, and I will definitely do another video on this when I get my film back. So so feel free to subscribe and don't miss out on the next video on this camera. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.